Today I have an exciting video for you. I woke up this morning at 5:30 a.m. I am getting ready to travel to the NVIDIA headquarters in Santa Clara. Got an AI training. I'm gonna capture as much as I can. Can't film inside the facility, but this is a training. I'm gonna learn about the Blackwell architecture, Nemo frameworks, run AI, inference optimization, and I'm gonna share as much as I possibly can with you. Now, if you're new here, I'm Greg, the creator of Thoughtful Techie Cloud, and it's simply a platform where each week I create a video to help walk you through your AWS cloud and tech journey. If you haven't already done so, subscribe. Now I'm gonna go ahead and have breakfast. All right, we're on our way to the airport, and I have a special treat because my beautiful wife is actually driving me. Normally I would drive us, but I asked Layla if she would drive because obviously I'm filming here. But while we're on the way to the airport, I wanted to talk about how this opportunity came about because a couple of people have been asking me, like, how did you get this opportunity to get an AI training at the NVIDIA headquarters? So if you don't already know, I work at AWS, so that helps. So it was about a week ago, just a regular day. I got an email and somebody was like, NVIDIA headquarters AI training. So long story short, I think what happened is somebody else within the AWS startups team had already had a relationship that they developed with a contact over at NVIDIA, and then they decided, hey, let's put together a training, and then they blasted it out to a email distribution list that I'm on, and the rest is history. And as soon as I saw that email come in, I was like, okay, I'm all over this thing. I signed up for it ASAP, and in 7 days, here we are headed to the airport up to San Jose. So flying out of Orange County, flying into San Jose, and the NVIDIA headquarters is called NVIDIA Voyager. I need to do a little bit more research to figure out how that name came about. But there's a full day. I'm literally just doing a day trip. That's one of the advantages of living in California, coming up from Southern California to NVIDIA headquarters. It's literally like 1 hour on the plane. So looking forward to the flight. We're gonna focus here on getting to the airport safely, and I'll update you once we get there.
Long story short, jump on opportunities.
Exactly. Do not hesitate. Do not let your mind try to talk you out of something. Literally just go for it. All right, we arrived at the airport. In the ride here, I did some research on the naming of the NVIDIA Voyager, and it turns out the Voyager piece of that is named after a starship on Star Trek. In fact, I did even more research. There's another building that NVIDIA has called the NVIDIA Endeavor, which I didn't know. And what's even cooler, think about the name NVIDIA, the company. So you have the Endeavor and you have the Voyager. So if you put those together, you have NVIDIA. So I don't know if that was the purpose of it or not, but it's pretty cool. But the other piece of the research that I was looking at is, if you think about Star Trek, for all of my Star Trek fans out there, Star Trek was a show that was ahead of its time. It was all about exploration and innovation and futuristic stuff. So I can see why NVIDIA chose that. It's pretty incredible. Now let's talk about how we're even here right now. Let's talk a little bit about NVIDIA's explosive growth. Back in the day, years ago, when I thought of NVIDIA, I thought about the video cards that NVIDIA used to make to run very high frame rate, high resolution games. Because GPU stands for graphics processing unit. That's what the G stands for. And the graphics processing unit was really good at driving a whole lot of pixels high resolution at a high frame rate. But fast forward to now, somewhere somebody along the way figured out that GPUs were not only great for driving pixels on a video screen, but they were also great for machine learning in the sense that they could do a lot of simple instructions in a parallel fashion on a huge scale. And those GPU chips can have a whole lot of processing capability far greater than CPU. And once someone figured that out, that's why they have become so prolific in the age of AI, because they make arguably probably some of the best GPU hardware on the planet. So keep that in mind. Now I'm gonna go here, get through the TSA pre-check and get on this plane because I got about 20 minutes before we start boarding. So made it through the TSA pre-check. It was the weirdest thing ever because the standard line, the non-TSA pre-check line, was completely empty. But the TSA pre-check line actually had a line today. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I started to jump over in that the standard line, but then the lady was like, no, you're gonna have to take your shoes off and take all your electronics out. So I just waited briefly in the TSA pre-check line. Now I'm gonna head down here, try to find the gate, and then get on this plane. Travel pro tip: if you find yourself in Southern California and you need an outbound flight, or you need to fly into Southern California, I highly recommend the John Wayne Airport. It's one of the fastest airports to get on your plane, and then when you land here, to find the Uber without having to jump on planes, trains, boats, and everything else to find out where to pick up your ride share. I have landed in San Jose International Airport. Great news, I arrived here safely. Now I'm on my way to find the ride share so I can hop in the lift and we can head to the NVIDIA Voyager campus. All right, my chariot awaits. Time to hop in the lift and go to NVIDIA Voyager, baby. Wow, today was absolutely incredible. We started off with a 1-hour lunch where we got to chat with some of the folks that were going to be presenting later in the day at NVIDIA. Also got to chat with a lot of my AWS colleagues that I hadn't seen in a while, coming in from, California as well as other parts of North America. We talked about AI coding companions, inferencing, machine learning, AI. It was really incredible. Then we got into the NVIDIA training. We started off with kind of an overview of the evolution from the Hopper to the Blackwell architecture. And it's really incredible the amount of technical innovation that NVIDIA has achieved. Something else that I learned was, you think NVIDIA, the first thing you think about is that it's a hardware company. And yes, they do produce hardware, but what I realized is their emphasis and passion on the software, and actually found out that they actually have more software engineers than hardware engineers, which was just mind-blowing in a great way. And that's because not only is the hardware important, but the optimization of the hardware through the software is absolutely essential. And that's how you're really able to optimize these AI and machine learning workloads. We got into also something called Run AI, which is something that I was deeply interested in because I have customers that are using this. And it's an orchestration platform built on top of Kubernetes that's designed not only to allocate GPUs, but also to increase the utilization of GPUs on the underlying architecture. Talked about Dynamo, which is NVIDIA Dynamo, and this is a platform which is designed to have KV caching and routing, and to be able to control, like when you have prompts going to GPUs, whether or not it should pull it from the cache versus sending that to GPU architecture. It's fairly new, so I still have to dive more into it. We also talked about Nemotron. Nemotron is NVIDIA's own set of LLMs, which I learned about. They have all different types, reasoning models, image, video, and we saw some demos of these. There was also the Nemo Agent Toolkit, which is NVIDIA's agentic platform. We really dove deep into that. That's brand new to me, so I definitely have to learn more about that. And at the very end, there was a gentleman that talked a lot about NVIDIA's architecture and hardware, and passed around a few different pieces of hardware. Passed around, I believe it was a B100, a GB200, and then it was a Jetson NVIDIA piece that got passed around, and I got a chance to take a look at all three of those. And yeah, that's my first take. I'm just trying to digest it all. I'm about to head down here to catch a ride share and then head off to the airport. And yeah, it was a really awesome day, and I feel incredibly grateful that I got to be a part of this. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, and please like, share, and comment below with any of the questions you may have, or any more information that you would like for me to expand on. I took a lot of notes, so happy to do some follow-on videos. If you're interested, just let me know, and I'll see you in the next video.